welcome to Jack's Corner episode I Don't Give a Shit. Today, we're gonna rock out with our cocks out. Except for you, Cosmodor, you stay the fuck away from little girls. As we talk about hair metal, the most understood, often maligned genre of heavy metal, with my good friend and number one fan of Jack's Corner, Random Huey.
I think we're on episode 14 of Jack's Corner.
We're going to be talking about some hair metal bands, probably the more well-known ones. Some will praise, most will probably shit on. I wish I knew where to start.
I mean, I think the biggest one to really start out with was probably Van Halen.
Yeah, because Van Halen were not only from LA, but they were the ones who kick-started the guitar pyrotech race war of the 80s.
Yeah, back then everyone wanted to be Eddie Van Halen because he was doing shit no one really seen.
He was a guy who listened to so many hard rock albums that he basically came up with his own tricks just because he was bored.
Do you remember when Eruption was going on? People were trying to figure out how to play it, and whenever he did the tapping, he would face away from the crowd and he would do it.
Yeah, so they wouldn't cop his technique.
And then next thing you know, for some reasons, I don't know who found out, but they figured out the tapping thing, and now everyone's doing tapping now.
Well, I mean, it was bound to happen. It's like the guy who invented slap bass, It was his thing, but then everyone else copied it.
Mm-hmm. Who really invented slap bass? Because the only person I really think of who can really do slap bass is Fieldy from Korn and Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I think it was the bassist for Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh yeah, but if you think of the other history of glam, you think of stuff New York Dolls and stuff. I think they kind of pioneered it a bit.
Yeah, New York Dolls were a big influence on Kiss.
Kiss was another one, along with Slade.
Oh yeah, Slade. They did the original version of "Come On, Feel the Noise."
And then Quiet Riot did the cover. I can't tell which one's better because they're both good in their own way.
I don't know. I think it's all down to preference. I guess technically, I think the Quiet Riot version sounds better.
The drums just make it. That's why.
Yeah, but Van Halen not only gave us Eddie Van Halen, but also gave us David Lee Roth, who was basically just a car dealer, got staged proposing as a rock star.
That's actually the perfect way to describe David Lee Roth. He's just a car salesman with a microphone.
Yeah, I think about all the crazy shit Van Halen did, the backstage pass thing they did for their roadies.
Mm-hmm. And also, the M&M's thing, or was it Skittles?
The M&M rider, where if, the promoters gave them a bowl of M&M's and they didn't remove the brown ones, then they would cancel the gig.
I was that's a little extreme, and then I realized they did that for a reason. The reason was to make sure that they are actually reading, the contract.
And that they weren't getting ripped off by sleazy promoters.
Yeah. It's weird, but okay. That's a way of putting it.
I mean, it's unorthodox, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
What would you consider your favorite, Van Halen album?
1984.
1984? I always preferred, Van Halen 1. There's just, so many bangers on that one. You got Ice Cream Man, Running with the Devil.
I know Van Halen 2 had, probably my favorite, Eddie, guitar thing, Spanish Fly.
Oh, yeah, that one's good, too. My only thing with, 1984, I think it would be my favorite Van Halen album, but if it didn't have Jump, because as much as, I appreciate Van Halen, Jump is actually my most hated song of all time.
Wow, I didn't know that. Is it because it's, just cheesy, or is it overplayed for you?
Overplayed and, super cheesy. I think it's also, I hate the keyboard, too.
I think my least favorite Van Halen song is Dance the Night Away. It just sounds kind of lame.
Yeah, I agree with that one, but I think what made me hate the song too is the music video.
Oh yeah, I heard they didn't really spend a whole lot on that.
Yeah, and just David Lee Roth is just being weird.
Yeah, he likes to spread eagle.
Yeah, and his weird what was he wearing in that video?
I think it was a jumpsuit.
It was like a jumpsuit, and it's cut in the center.
Well, he likes to emphasize his member,
Mm-hmm. More than Robert Plant.
Oh god, I don't even want to know what Robert Plant was doing at this time.
I don't know, me either. But also the Hots for the Teacher music video is one of my favorite music videos of all time.
I think it's one of the greatest songs ever written.
You think so?
Yes, because I can't really explain it, but but you can like play it a million times and I wouldn't get sick of it. And that's like the mark of a good song.
That's really cool too, because I remember I tried learning the song, and there was a point I actually forgot about the intro. I thought it started at the part that going like do 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 do. I thought it started there for some reason when I was learning it, and then I'm seeing all this stuff on the tabs. I was like, what is all this? How can I reach this? And I forgot about Eddie's like tapping technique.
Yeah, and if you done like Eddie was hard, try playing Yngwie.
I don't think like Eddie Van Halen was as pretentious as Yngwie.
He wasn't. He was always like a populist.
Yeah, I think Eddie just played just to play, and Yngwie thought he was just like hot shit.
He was. Yngwie is kind of an asshole.
Oh, he is an asshole. He's up there with like Richie Blackmore with like snobbiness.
I mean, they're both geniuses, but man, they are insufferable.
They are. Like, they're great, but they're such douches.
But Eddie was always the kind of guy who wanted to like please crowds with his like with his guitar skills, and I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, Van Halen was like a success right out of the gate, and they inspired many other bands from LA and abroad to make it big as like hair bands. I don't know. Well, oh no, I know one band that came shortly after Van Halen, motherfucking Motley Crue.
Oh yeah, actually, Motley Crue means probably more to me than like Van Halen, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because like my whole family was into Motley Crue.
Would you say like you're a big fan too?
I mean, I got to see them on like their final tour. I saw them a good amount of times before like they did their farewell tour, and then they fucking decided to come back again.
Oh, I guess it's the never-ending retirement tour.
All the glam bands do this. I hate it.
I think the Scorpions might have been the first to.
Oh yeah, like, would you count Scorpions? Because honestly, I just count them as like just a hard rock band.
I consider like their 80s period to be hair metal, just because. Though the Scorpions are probably one of the oldest bands we'll be talking about.
Yeah, because they've been around since like mid like 60s.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Also, like Klaus Meine, I always loved his vocals.
My favorite like member was Uli John Roth. He was their guitarist in like the mid 70s, and he was such a huge Hendrix fan, like so big he basically like slept with like Hendrix's lover at the time of his death.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Wait, I'm not sure if I should have said sweet to that.
No, it shows just how big of a Hendrix fan he was.
You know what that reminds me of one time? One time, like, I actually loved Megadeth so much, I actually met his daughter and I went on a date with her.
Nice.
But, like, she was cool, but, like, we didn't really have that much in common, though. She was really into country. I know that.
Oh, yes, listening to Florida Georgia Line.
I don't remember what else she was into. I think she also, like, did her own, like, music, and it was, like, country, too. That's what I remember.
Yeah, but, oh, yeah, we were talking about, like, Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah. What would you consider your favorite Motley Crue album? Mine's always been Shout at the Devil.
I never really cared for them, I'm sorry. I guess I've been overexposed to them on the radio, and I just think their songs are just
I always thought like Van Halen was more on the radio.
Oh, they are, but I've been hearing a lot of Motley Crue too lately.
Was it because of the dirt?
No, they've always been like kind of big. I mean, I know like VH1 you like to talk about them all the time, show their videos.
Really? What would you consider like songs like you liked from them?
I think Kickstart My Heart's pretty decent. I guess Dr. Feelgood is cool.
Yeah, but like, let's talk about the main reason people like Motley Crue, the members, and the fucking bad shit they've done.
I think that's like one of the reasons why I'm not crazy about it, because like pretty much the entire band is fucking psychopaths.
You have like Nikki Sixx, who is like super into heroin, Tommy Lee, who's just a big ass douche, Vince Neil just missing every note when playing live, and then Mick Mars is just chilling.
Mick Mars is the only good member. He's a good boy. He did nothing wrong.
He's just laying down because his back hurts.
I mean, what do we got? We got Tommy Lee. He did a sex tape with Pam Anderson,
which I own a VHS tape of.
Yeah, I forgot.
My uncle just came out of nowhere, just gave me like the sex tape out of nowhere, and I'm like, thanks.
You know, that's probably the greatest gift you'll ever get.
I never watched it. I just have it on a shelf, and I just have it for bragging purposes.
We got Nikki Sixx, who almost died. No, he was basically declared dead after a heroin overdose. Then he miraculously comes back to life, goes back to his apartment and takes an even bigger amount, and he just like passes out again. And somehow he's able to live after that. And then we got Vince Neil, who basically committed vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, and he got away with it.
No one cares. Like, oh, but it's okay. I think he like did community service.
Yeah. Who was the guy he killed? Like, what band was he in?
I think he was in Hanoi Rocks, which was like a Finnish hair metal band.
Yeah, he was like the singer of that band, right?
Well, either that or the bassist.
It was one of those guys.
Yeah, that's just great, Vince. Thanks for like killing a guy from another hair metal band.
Can we make Vince, like, Fat Vince as the thumbnail cover?
Well, sure, we can include him with the other 2 images I got planned for this.
Oh, that'd be
Wait,
great.
you should give me that image of Fat Vince.
Yeah, I'll get it to you probably after this recording.
Okay, okay, how about a band that also came out at the same time, but one that I'm really into? Motherfucking Dokken!
Honestly, I've never really been a fan of Dokken that much.
Yeah, I understand. They're not really as, like, popular as, like, a lot of the other bands, but I think, like, their musicianship is some of the best.
Yeah, like, that's the thing with a lot of these hair metal bands. Like, they do have, like, good songwriting and musicianship. Hold on, let me say that again.
Don Dokken isn't the kind of singer who likes to who screams. He's got a pretty soulful voice. George Lynch, even though he's kind of a douche, is still a pretty phenomenal shredder.
Oh yeah. What about like Great White?
Great White, I mean, they're technically like hair metal, but they're a lot more hard rock. They're kind of like, there was like this weird trend in like the late 80s, early 90s where you had a bunch of like Zeppelin-esque bands come to the forefront, like them and Kingdom Come and maybe Tesla.
What about Zebra?
Oh yeah, Zebra was probably the best Zeppelin-esque band because, like, oh my god, that debut album they did, that's like one of the best sounding hard rock albums ever made.
Honestly, like, I think they're the most underrated band.
Oh yeah, definitely.
During that era.
I remember, like, I think Carl had a Zebra poster in that episode of Aqua Teen that parodied the Flintstones reboot from Seth MacFarlane.
Really?
Yeah, he had it in his, like, underground bunker.
I want to watch that episode now. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I need to, like, what season was it from?
It was Aqua something, you know, whatever, which was probably like season 9.
Yeah, like Aqua Teen went through so many changes.
Yeah.
Aqua Unit Patrol Force, Aqua TV Show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force Forever.
Carl is like the biggest like hair metal fan, and I relate to that so much.
And he's probably an accurate representation of all hair metal fans.
Yeah, we're all balding some bitches.
Yeah. Except Carl's awesome.
Oh yeah, awesome. Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister, actually, the more I think about it, like, Twisted Sister had some of my favorite music videos because of this one guy. He was in Animal House. He played, like, the teacher, he played the dad, and he just made those music videos.
And the videos were great because they, like, employed, like, Looney Tunes-esque slapstick and live action.
It's just so over the top, and I love it. I can quote that whole video.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, some people think Twisted Sister are like one-hit wonders when they're probably two-hit wonders.
Yeah, they're more two than anything.
But really, like, what makes that band is Dee Snider. Like, Dee Snider is a Chad because not only does he host Dee Snider's House of Hair, but he also voiced the best guest character on SpongeBob, Angry Jack.
That was the most out of nowhere, like, guest star. Remember when Gene Simmons was in SpongeBob too?
He voiced, like, this monster who was asleep for 79 years, which meant his last meal was 79 years ago.
I don't know why that joke made me laugh.
Yeah. He was... Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say it, Kiss in the 80s was a hair band.
Oh yeah. We gotta talk about their no makeup, like, glam phase.
Yeah, this was a period when, like, Paul Stanley was basically the leader of the band. And ironically, they were probably at their most metal during this period.
But goddamn, that intro to Heaven's on Fire is probably like the worst 3 seconds I've ever heard.
I think that song's pretty funny.
It's funny to me, honestly.
I think Lick It Up isn't that great. It's pretty boring.
Yeah. I remember I watched like many like compilations of like Kiss failing on stage, and a lot of them involved like Paul Stanley's voice cracking to Heaven's on Fire.
I thought Vince Neil had it bad.
No, honestly, Vince Neil's worse.
Yeah, I guess Paul Stanley just can't hit those high notes.
He just can't hit the notes. And then you got like Vince Neil. Vince Neil just is out of breath after like every other word.
You think he's a chain smoker?
I remember just like watching like Vince during like the farewell tour. He's just like moving side to side. He's doing like a song and he's like, and he just like points the microphone at the crowd after like one verse. After every other word.
I think it's so annoying, like, when a band's performing and they just have, like, the audience sing the chorus.
I mean, it's fine if, like, if it's, like, a super well-known song, because Ozzy did it when he performs War Pigs, and the whole crowd, you actually hear the whole crowd sing.
Oh yeah, can we consider, like, Ozzy in the 80s, like, hair metal?
I guess, like, a bit of Ultimate Sin.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know what to, like, call him during this period. Maybe, like, just hard rock.
Ozzy looked really glam, but I don't think his music was really glam.
Yeah, it was still pretty mainstream. Well, I mean, all hair metal's mainstream, but Ozzy's was, like, way more, like, for the normies.
Yeah, and also, this was Zakk Wylde when he was in his Twink era.
Oh my god, I also forgot about Jakey Lee.
Jakey Lee is probably what made him sound pretty glam. I think it was because of his guitar techniques. He was trying to do, like, a bit of Eddie.
Yeah, everyone was. Also, that's okay.
Yeah, it was fine, because Jakey Lee was a really good guitarist.
Yeah, how about a band that I cannot stand? Poison.
Fuck Poison.
Poison are probably one of the worst hair metal bands, and I mean, we'll get to some other bands I hate later on, but I guess in the traditional sense of the term, they're the worst.
I agree. I can't stand, like, any of their songs. Same with, like, Bret Michaels, too.
Bret Michaels, my favorite VH1 reality star besides Flava Flav, except at least Public Enemy had cred. Poison, no one really liked Poison. We just put up with them because, I don't know, I guess, like, some record execs like them.
Do you remember when Bret Michaels was on Annoying Orange?
I remember when he was on Glenn Martin TDS.
Wait, what?
Yes, I remember I saw an ad for that with him, and I was like, yeah, this is the life.
Okay, this is gonna bother me so much. I want to watch this so bad. Oh my god, I got an image of it!
I'm debating whether or not we should use, like, Bret Michaels in stop motion or Fat Vince for this.
I think we should add both.
Yeah, you know what, I'll get rid of the... I was going to use the Angry Jack image, but I think I can get rid of that. That sounds even funnier.
Glenn Martin, Bret Michaels is funnier, honestly.
This sounds really funny. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, Poison. Poison also sucked because they pretty much convinced every hair metal band that their biggest hit would be the ballad.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that just gets on my nerves. Like, all of those bands always gotta have a power ballad.
And it's like, most of them aren't good.
They aren't.
And theirs is probably, like, the biggest power ballad hit. And it's, oh my god, I don't even know how to, like, put it into words. Every rose has its thorn, it's just terrible.
Mm-hmm. That one. And also, like, do you know who's on the same level of insufferable? Bon Jovi.
Oh my fucking... Oh, Bon Jovi. I have so much to say about them. They are probably one of the few bands that think they are more important than they actually are. I mean, when their big breakthrough album is called Slippery When Wet, and then they basically turn that into, like, thinking that they're the next Bruce Springsteen, that, no, I'm not going to take you seriously. In fact, I'm just going to fucking resent you guys even more.
Listen, just because New Jersey likes you doesn't mean we do.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There is, like, one good, like, Bon Jovi radio single, and that's Runaway. And that was, like, from early... That was, like, before they really made it big with, like, Living on a Prayer and all that other horse crap.
Yeah. Do you remember when... What commercial was it? Like, John Bon Jovi just showed up out of nowhere.
I don't remember, but I do remember that time he owned an arena football team.
He what?
Yes, arena football was apparently going to be the next big thing in the 2000s.
Who else owned, like, arena football?
I don't know, some guy.
Like, I can see Vince Neil having one.
Oh, I know that Gene Simmons did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he owned a team called the LA Kiss.
I wish we could do a whole video dedicated to just like Gene Simmons just being a douche, but like I think we're mostly talking about glam.
Yeah, Gene Simmons, America's #1 douchebag.
He's up there next to like Axl Rose.
Oh yeah, Guns N' Roses, I guess. Well, they're hard rock more, but they're from LA, so they also count.
Yeah, they somewhat count. But like, I do agree, Appetite of Destruction was good.
Yes, and let's all agree that the best member of Guns N' Roses will always be Slash, because he is a big Phineas and Ferb fan, and Capit will get a kick out of that.
Oh yeah, he was in like the movie. What was it called? Across the Second Dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in like the end credits thing.
Oh, he was also in that one like Comedy Central show about that movie producer.
That, and also Slash is somewhat like Santa Claus. He's a folk legend called like Boonter Slouch. You remember from like South Park?
No.
They kind of played him off as like Santa Claus.
Yeah, that seems funny.
But like everyone else was like great in like Guns N' Roses besides like Axl.
Axl's just not a good singer.
He's not. I remember there was an article that dedicated him as probably the best singer in rock.
No, that's like saying, like trying to compare him to someone like Paul Rodgers. You don't do that.
Honestly, if we could, I would dedicate that to Ronnie James Dio.
Yes, Dio is one of the greatest singers of all time, but he's not hair metal, he's trad metal.
Yeah. But like, I wish we could like talk about Dio because Dio is just so awesome.
Oh, did I tell you that like Dio's guitarist eventually joined Def Leppard?
Oh yeah, Vivian Campbell.
Yeah, because why not?
Hold on, I have to show you this video. So there's a video of Dio just signing autographs, and then someone brings up Vivian Campbell, and Dio's just ripping him a new one.
Yeah, that sounds like Dio. He's the kind of guy who doesn't hold back.
He's just like, oh, that poor son of a bitch, I hope he fucking dies. He's a fucking asshole, nothing but a fucking asshole.
That reminds me of that time, like, Dio made a Stevie Wonder joke about this really awful, like, Heaven and Hell music video that was, like, done in CG.
Oh my god, really? Also, another fun fact, the same YouTube channel that, like, had the video of Dio talking like that had a video of him meeting Seth MacFarlane.
Yes! Oh, that reminds me, the Lemmy documentary, like, he's watching Family Guy, and it's the clip where, like, this talking bee flies into Mayor West's window.
Oh my god, yes. No, actually, Lemmy's just watching Family Guy throughout the whole doc. There was another scene I caught him watching. It was like, it took place in the mall when, like, Quagmire got caught peeping in the ladies' room, and it's like, oh, Stacy, you dropped your pom-poms!
Oh my god!
And then and Lemmy's just in a limo, just watching Family Guy with a fucking bottle of wine.
Lemmy was a chud. Damn, chud.
No, Lemmy was a fucking king.
Oh my god.
I think Lemmy was bigger than a king. Nah, he was a god.
He was a god amongst men. Watching Family Guy. Being the greatest rock and roller of all time.
That's another thing. Lemmy never made any bad music at all.
Yeah, he never did.
But sadly, we're not talking about him today.
Yeah, because he's not, like, hair metal either. Actually, it's probably an insult to call him metal, since he always wanted to call Motorhead a rock and roll band.
That is true. I think he always says it in every show, like during the finale.
I mean, I do agree, because he's pretty much the quintessential rock and roller.
He is, like, he was also, like, Jimi Hendrix's roadie at one point.
Yeah.
Also, like, Hawkwind was really good, too. Since we brought up, like, Vivian Campbell, you want to talk about Def Leppard?
Oh my god. Bon Jovi. Well, Bon Jovi, they never really had a place to, like, start with, so my expectations will always be low for them. Def Leppard started out as a new wave of British heavy metal band, and then they became, I don't know, adult contemporary.
But I think they were probably one of the better ones.
I haven't really, like, listened. I mean, I'd imagine, like, I like their Nwabum stuff more, but I just don't like Def Leppard, okay? They are just, especially, like, with Hysteria.
I wasn't a fan of Hysteria either.
It's so, like, processed. Like, I think that's some of the work. It's so overproduced.
Oh, man. Let's see, is there any other bands, like, you don't like?
Any other bands I don't like? Well, a lot of these bands I just think are, like, okay. Like, I don't know, Cinderella, they're, like, alright.
I didn't care for Cinderella. Can't even remember one song from them.
They did Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. That's like their biggest hit.
I don't really remember it.
Rat are pretty good. Round and Round might be overplayed, but it's still pretty good for like overplayed songs.
Do you remember when it was in Billy and Mandy Saves Christmas?
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was in the credits.
Oh my god. I remember when Boogie Wonderland was in the credits for Big Boogie Adventure.
Yeah. Oh, who's another one? Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Skid Row.
Oh my god.
Because Sebastian Bach, he's another one.
Oh my god. That's why I can't stand Skid Row. Because Sebastian Bach might be on Simmons' level of Tool.
He's really up there.
Yes, he is insufferable. He like, did I tell you about the time like, wait, I forget if he threw a bottle at a fan or a fan threw a bottle at him, and then he like dive bombed into the crowd to just like beat that guy up.
I think that was him.
Oh yeah. Also, he wore a shirt that said "AIDS kills, dead."
Oh my god.
And this was like during the height of the AIDS crisis. So yeah, and that was pretty sensitive. Sebi.
What's he even doing now?
I don't know. I guess he's like, I guess he's like collecting more Kiss memorabilia.
I have a picture of like him with his kids in the car, and he looks so fucking pissed.
Oh god, no. I hope he doesn't do anything.
No, hold on, let me go get it. I kind of want to. I think we already have too much material to work with to make like the thumbnail, but like, look at him in this picture.
He's like, oh my god. He's wearing a Kiss shirt. Of course he is. Oh, also Sebastian Bach voiced one of the worst SpongeBob characters ever, Triton.
Yeah, that's another thing. What's with all these glam metal stars starring in SpongeBob?
Because also Lemmy, he did like a track for this first movie.
Oh yeah, but it was awesome.
Yeah, and Sebastian, he has to voice one of the worst characters ever.
That's another reason why he's on that list of just like huge tools.
The Virgin Triton versus the Chad Angry Jack.
I love the Angry Jack episode so much.
Yeah. Oh, Warrant.
Also, I like Kix.
Oh yeah, Kix. They did Midnight Dynamite. That's like one of the best hard rock albums of the 80s.
I remember another thing about like Kix. Him and like the guy in Kix and Bret Michaels had a huge feud because he was like, oh, Bret Michaels is copying everything I'm doing.
Except 10 times worse.
We can agree, like, Kix was always the better band. Because they always put out consistently good music.
Yeah, and Poison was just like, hey, let's cover Logs in Messina, guys.
Because if you look at it again, like, even though Poison was more popular, they definitely ripped off stuff from Kix. Mainly in, like, stage presence. If you, like, look at, like, Kix's, like, live shows with like Bret Michaels, he's obviously copying off of like the guy from Kix.
Great job, Bret. I'm so glad that every woman loves you, even though you're a plagiarist, just like Zeppelin.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, look, let's face it, that's like the #1 sin of like songwriting, plagiarism.
Oh yeah, which Poison did have.
Yeah. Oh, White Snake.
I have the funniest fun fact about like White Snake. So, do you know the music video of "Here I Go Again"?
Yeah.
So he just got married, and his wife was in the video, and right after the video finished up, they got divorced.
Great, just amazing.
That sounds like a lot of these like rock star like marriages. They always end just like that.
I think that model was in like another video.
I think she had like some other work, but I heard she was also batshit crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're a supermodel.
Also, here's another thing, like especially like Motley Crue has this problem. All their wives are like twice like their age, like younger than them.
Yeah, and they look like they put so much eyeliner.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning.
I mean, I'm just looking at Sebastian Bach's wife, I'm just like, man, lady, you didn't need to put on that much eyeshadow.
I mean, it looks fine to me. I'm just more concerned at, like, how fucking angry Sebastian Bach looks in that. Is he trying to look cool, or is he genuinely dying on the inside? I can't tell.
He's dying on the inside because it's like, this is the life I chose.
Don't worry, he's got the Kiss shirt. That's the only thing keeping him from, like, the verge of death.
I have he'll get buried in a Kiss casket. You mark my words.
Do you think he's ever snorted coke with Ace Frehley?
Probably. Maybe I'd snort coke with Ace Frehley. Or maybe I'd snort coke with like I don't know. Wait, I think I like blanked out for a minute.
Nah, it's okay.
Let's see. Let's see the band.
I know you like the band Extreme. You told me that one.
Oh yeah, Extreme. They're pretty good. Like that song "Play With Me" was featured in the first Bill and Ted movie. Just how I know them.
Really? I remember I heard them on like Hair Nation one time, and it was like one of the power ballads, and I just like automatically like drowned them out of my brain.
It's really like their guitarist, like Nuno Betancourt. It's like the key, like the star player of that band.
No, I don't really know him. Did he do anything else?
I know he toured with a lot of people like Rihanna.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing good for himself.
I'm just thinking, like, how many more of these, like, musicians watch Family Guy?
Let's see. I know this isn't like glam, but I remember Marilyn Manson's Instagram. He's following Family Guy.
Yeah, I remember when he was on there, but not really.
Honestly, I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
I mean, he was on Clone High, but Family Guy couldn't afford him.
I don't know why they couldn't get him. I felt like if they told him, he would have said yes.
He would.
And I feel like his album, like We Are Chaos, is just, it's like a depressing album, and I felt like he wrote that album just because Family Guy didn't follow him back on Instagram.
I think like the worst metal musicians are the worst hair musicians are the ones that don't watch Family Guy.
You're right. Let's see. Was there any other bands that were in Family Guy? Wait, we had Panama like play in a recent Family Guy episode, so we had Van Halen.
Not all they played. And it kind of like ruined that for me because it's like Panama is like not even the best track.
Also, like on Discord, your profile pic was the Family Guy version of the 1984 cover.
Yep, because it was just too good an opportunity to pass up.
Like they just like took the actual album cover and just added the Family Guy mouth and eyes,
which is weird because there was an entire episode where Stewie was scared by Queen's News of the World album cover, and they used the actual cover.
Where would you like put like Queen in this? Because I don't think like they were really glam, but
Queen's
like
not really. They have some glam tendencies, but they're not really like a hair metal band.
Yeah, they had a couple of tendencies. Was there any other bands that had like a glam phase?
Pantera.
Oh, we gotta talk about Pantera's glam phase.
Yes, I remember I heard like the Cowboys from Hell play on like House of Hair, and I was like, oh man, if they heard that, they would be so fucking thrilled.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
But still, Rip Dimebag, I miss him.
Yeah, me too. But it's just really funny how like hard they try to deny like their hair metal things.
Like him and Vinnie Paul were like great, but like the hair metal stuff. Also, did you see like their album cover during that era? That's one of the worst album covers I've ever seen.
The one with
for
the
Metal Magic.
Man.
Yeah, it's called Metal Magic. It's honestly the worst album cover.
It's pretty bad, but then again, Black Sabbath had multiple bad album covers.
Yeah, they did. Like Born Again, that's bad. That's a bad album cover.
Paranoid, that's not a great one. Sabotage, that's not good.
I kind of like it. I think the best Black Sabbath album cover is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath.
Yeah. Oh, Technical Ecstasy, that cover is... I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either. But also, like, the first Black Sabbath album cover is so cool. And then there's, like, the most forgettable. Most forgettable is probably Volume 4, where they just took, like, a picture of Ozzy and just painted him orange.
What do you think is the worst, like, hair metal cover? I mean, album cover.
I gotta think about this. Because, like, some of them are either, like, boring or just, like, fucking weird. Like Manowar. Like, Manowar had some weird album covers, but they're not even, like, hair metal.
They're power metal. Like, I feel like when they said Death to False Metal, they were referring to hair metal.
I always thought, like, Van Halen 2's, like, album cover was really boring.
Yeah, it's sleek, but yeah, I can understand.
What do you think is, like, the worst album cover? I can't think of one at the moment.
Oh, man, that's pretty, like... It's pretty, like, challenging. Alright, worst...
What about Riot? They're not really glam, but oh my god, they had some of the worst album covers.
No, I love Riot, and yeah, they're not hair metal, they're trad metal, but Yeah, that owl guy, the owl head dude. Yeah, that's not really great.
Yeah. Like, their music's good, but that album coverage just ruins it.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That Pantera Catman cover is the worst.
Yeah, that's one of the worst. Next to, like, I'm not a fan of, like, Cinderella's album covers, like, Night Songs. It's just too loud. That's the thing with, like, a lot of, like, hair metal album covers. They're just, like, too, like, saturated and loud.
I just look at this and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see the Prince tribute band.
Oh man, we've been recording for like almost an hour.
It's been like 50 minutes, yeah.
Oh my god, this is the worst. I feel ashamed of myself. I forgot to mention my favorite like glam band.
Yes.
Wasp.
Oh yeah, Wasp. They may be shock rock, but they're from LA, so they count.
They're more shock rock, but like they're just more glam than probably all those bands, and their music is actually really good.
Yeah, they have great songwriting because of Blackie Lawless.
Blackie Lawless just made that band. Also, like Blackie Lawless now kind of looks like your drunken aunt at your Christmas party.
Yeah, it was cool because he had like raw meat and he like tortured women. Okay, that's kind of not PC today, but and he was like that was basically Alice Cooper for the 80s, and it was way more extreme than like it needed to be.
Oh, also like also his reason for writing like the song like F like a Beast was like I think he overheard a conversation with like the record producer with them at the time, and he's like having an argument with his wife, and then he just hangs up the phone and he's just like, man, when I get home I gotta fuck that beast.
Fuck like a beast. That's the greatest song title ever.
They do. Also, their stage performances are really cool. And you know what else, like, which is rare about, like, a lot of these, like, glam bands?
What?
Their 90s stuff isn't garbage!
Yeah, the problem was that, like, by the 90s, the record companies saw, like, grunge was the big thing, so all these, like, hair bands got shafted.
Yeah. Same thing happened with kind of, like, thrash bands, too.
Except, like, if you were, like, Metallica basically became butt rock, while Megadeth was able to, like, keep soldiering on. But all the hair metal bands, a lot of them were just dead on arrival, which is pretty tragic for the ones that were good. I can't really recall how many of them tried to make a grunge album and that fucking flopping.
Were there bands that had a grunge phase?
Yeah, like, I think a lot of them did. I know, like, Dawkins did one.
Oh, no.
I know, like, Motley Crue, I think they tried to do, like, an alt-punk album, like Generation Swine.
I think that's when they got, like, Vince back? Nah. I think that was New Tattoo when they got him back. But, like, when they replaced him and they had a self-titled album, that's when they were trying to sound like, more kind of, like, grungy.
Yeah, the 90s weren't really good for, like, those bands.
They weren't. What do you think suffered the worst from this? Probably Winger.
Winger were already kind of a joke in the 80s, but then Beavis and Butthead came, and it was like, you will forever be seen as a punching bag.
Yeah, they gave Stewart a Winger shirt.
Yeah.
I think I remember, like, Beavis and Butthead. Like, the guy from Winger, he just, like, had a whole interview talking about how much Beavis and Butthead affected their lives.
Amazing!
Yeah, it was, like, for the worst. Like, literally, Beavis and Butthead ruined these guys' lives.
Oh my god, I feel so sorry for them.
I think the sad thing, too, is, like, Winger actually, they were good songwriters, too. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, while I'm at it, it's like, would you consider, like, Night Ranger hair metal?
Night Ranger? I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they're probably more like AOR, like Loverboy.
Oh, like Loverboy? I think they're one of the biggest, like, one-hit wonder bands, next to, like, Europe.
Oh yeah, Europe's hair metal. They're pretty much a one-hit wonder.
They were in a Geico commercial.
Yes, that's like the benchmark of any musician's life. Like Little Richard or Peter Frampton being in a Geico ad.
That's an.
I'm like, wait. Have you ever seen that one like cover band doing like the worst cover of Final Countdown?
No.
Oh my god, it's just like one of the funniest things ever.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen this one video of like some guitarist quits on stage? It's like a cover band. They were doing a cover of "Shot Through the Heart." Like the guy just shouts like "Shot through the heart," and literally he just smashes his guitar and fucking leaves.
I guess you just didn't feel like Bon Jovi.
I think I would have quit too if I had to play this song. Oh my god, I'm just looking at this thumbnail and I'm just like, I can feel it already.
It's great. It's like so dissonant. It's on the same level as like, I don't know, the Shags.
Hold on, I think I found the video with like the guy singing "Shot to the Heart" and he just fucking quits.
Shot through the heart. That's it, I quit. Wait. I'm gonna watch this.
Please.
Guitarist quits band on stage. Oh man, I'm in for a ride. I've never been this hyped to watch a video before in a voice chat.
I fucking get this guy so much. This is a relatable protagonist right here.
You're a fucking asshole! That was great! You're a fucking asshole! I'm sorry. Okay. Is there anything else, like, you want to, like, say? Or do you want to, like, wrap this up?
I think I can wrap up now. But yeah, this was probably the longest Jack's Corner ever recorded.
I guess. I think, like, I'm trying to think, like, if we did anything longer, but I don't know.
Maybe the Looney Tunes one we did.
Yeah. This one was really good. I had a lot of fun.
I know, right?
Yeah, that video really made it. Okay. I'm Jacob. This has been Jack's Corner. Random, say bye to the people.
I'm gonna leave like that guitarist in that video. Jacob sings "Shot Through the Heart."
Shot through the heart, and you're too bad. You thought you get love, bad name.
Fucking dead.